Hello, everyone. Okay, does it work? I think it works. Because this girl has been touching too many buttons on her Go XLR. So, yeah, if there's anything that doesn't work, please let me know because I try to do my best. Okay, so we're back again. Of course, here with the gaming talk show of PvP on the radar. I'm looking to my left, also to my screen if the stream goes well. I'm having on my right side Orgas, but before I welcome him, I'm going to talk quickly about today because we're going to have our main subject, obviously. It's digital trading card games and card battlers. Then we have a second blockchain in digital trading card games, and we're talking about the future of digital trading card games. And of course, we have a game block, and this time it's about Kingdom Karnage. So, of course, I can't do this by myself. So I'm here together with Sam. Hello, Sam. Let's see if this works.
Hi, Marcella.
Yes, I hear you. Good to have you here. Are you a bit nervous, or are you okay?
Sorry, I think I had a problem with the microphone. No, I'm good. Absolutely thrilled to be here. Thank you for having me.
Great. Well, before we get started, I'm going to do a little introduction about you. So we have here Sam. He's Chief Operating Officer at Kingdom Karnage and has been a passionate gamer since his 6th birthday when he was giving a Commodore 64. He was drawn to the crypto space around 4 years ago, learning about NFTs and the potential to securely own game assets. For the past 18 months, Sam has been working for Kingdom Karnage, where he gets to frequently merge two of his greatest loves, gaming and cryptocurrency. So, a little introduction about you. Was it good?
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. I think you bang on, covered all the main points there. And like I say, at the moment, combining my two loves, so very happy.
Great. And you're from England?
Yes, indeed, yes.
Nice.
Bit south of London.
Nice, good. And I've always lived there?
Yeah, pretty much. Moved a little bit around of England, up into the Midlands a little bit, but nowhere exciting. No. I like to live where the weather is terrible at all times.
Oh, great. Yeah. Well, I mean, normally I would say now the Netherlands is the same, but yeah, you never know here. Like here, it's always a surprise what the weather you get. So, but okay, how did you enter the gaming industry? Because it's probably a passion from when you were younger, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a dream for me to be able to work in the gaming industry. Like I say, I've loved computer games ever since I touched one. So to be able to work in it was an absolute dream. And how did I get there? I mean, a lot of it was luck, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
I discovered NFTs just by chance reading an article, and that got me into kind of the crypto space.
Mm-hmm.
When I arrived there, I found the Engine network, which fortunately for me, Kingdom Karnage was one of the early adopters of.
Okay.
So yeah, I got chatting with Nick, the founder of Kingdom Karnage. We kind of found that all of our values aligned, and kind of like some of my ideas he really liked, and kind of we had a shared vision of where kind of some of the game could go. And very quickly, we ended up in a situation where I was kind of helping out from here and there, and then I was kind of working part-time, and kind of it just grew and grew until, luckily for me, we got to do a token raise, which kind of raised some funds, and he was able to employ me full-time.
Nice.
So, yeah.
And did you work in the gaming industry before that?
I did not, no.
Oh, no.
So that's what I'm saying. I was a bit lucky, really. Like I say, it's always been a dream. I actually took computer science at university. I didn't do great. I'm not a programmer, I've learned.
Same. I've also studied computer science. I was also not as great.
But it was kind of one of those things for me, whereas I've always wanted to work in the games industry, but didn't really know there was other stuff out there other than programming as a child. So I kind of put all my eggs in one basket. It didn't work out, and I kind of gave up on it a bit. So definitely now I consider myself very lucky to have managed to pull this off.
Well, you say lucky, but I always think it's not only luck because, a lot of people, but it's also probably just the way how you're standing and doing things in your life. Because yes, it's partly luck, but also you went for something that's your passion. You maybe just talk about it. So there's always a little bit more than just a luck. I think it's also like you've done just a job for it. You know.
Definitely, there's more than luck. Yes.
Yeah, give yourself some props.
I want to say that. Yeah, okay, I'll take some of that. Like I say, I mean, some people don't have kind of the stomach to kind of help out and work for free with some of these projects, and yeah, it was kind of months and months and months of just helping out for the good of the game, and that's
And look at you.
I was happy to do it, and it's got me where I need to be now. So yeah, happy.
Perfect. Well, hopefully you will be in this industry for a very long time, because I think when you're once in, you never go out.
Absolutely. Like, I don't know how I'd leave it now. Like, you know, when you, I've spent a lot of my life kind of working for the pay packet, and now I work because I love it. So,
and that is what you want. Yeah,
that's exactly what you want. And I think, like you say, it'd be very hard to reverse now. I can't go back to just working to feed, you know, put food on the table. That would be tricky.
No, and exactly, like, as long as you can do it, I would say definitely do it, because you want to, you know, we have to work so many years in our lives. Why work and don't enjoy it, you know?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So everyone in the chat, all people who are listening to this podcast, take notes, because yes, working is important. There needs to be, you know, money on the table, but in the end, it also has to be something that you love. If you can, maybe sometimes it doesn't happen directly, because it's okay to, you know, explore what you want. But look at Sam. Before you know it, you're your dream job.
Absolutely.
So, can you tell us a bit about your journey at Kingdom Karnage? Well, you already kind of said it so, but maybe a bit deeper into it, because, yeah, you got to know and you went into it, but maybe a bit more.
Yeah, kind of, like I say, Nick originally was a one-man band. He kind of founded it and was doing everything at one point. So I came in and kind of took over bits. Started off with kind of social media and kind of...
Oh, Sam is hanging. We lost Sam, I think. I think we lost him, everyone. Okay, I will quickly go to my screen, just because if he has to reconnect, he can do that without having his face on the screen very much hanging. So hopefully Sam will be back anytime soon. It's a good for Easter egg, if anything. Yeah, more like, oh, I'm talking about this, but I'm not really sure if I like it.
Really sorry, guys.
That's okay. Okay, I think he's back, so I'm going back to his screen. I quickly put it on my side, otherwise you're hanging, and now you're moving a little bit again. Is it working again for you? I think this is English internet, because my best friend has the same problem. His internet sometimes is not enjoying live. And I think that's what's happening at Sam. That his internet's not having a great time.
Having a terrible day for technology. It's just been one thing after the other today. I do apologize to everyone.
That's okay. I just said, like, it's probably English internet, because my best friend always has the problem, and when we're gaming.
It is definitely English internet. But I mean, I have recently upgraded to you know, Elon Musk's satellite internet.
Yeah.
So it should all be good in the hood. But you know, it's the one time I need it that it decides to go.
Well, you're back. You're back, so you can continue your story.
Yeah, I don't know where I was now. So yeah, I was doing work full time. I was doing work part time with Nick, which then grew into a full time role. That was it, Engine. So yes, we were on the Engine network at the time, but had a few problems with kind of, they were always developing technology, and there wasn't always good support for the technology we were already using. So we decided that we weren't going to let any kind of third party kind of dictate, you know, the success of our game, and we've decided to go multi-chain. So more recently, we're now on the Binance Smart Chain. Next month, we're going on to Karnage chain, and you know, we should be adding a network kind of once a month for the rest of the year, kind of that kind of speed.
Yeah.
So we're at this kind of stage now where the bulk of the game is kind of, you know, good to go. It's really fun to play. We're happy with the kind of the content. It's running stably on all the devices, and we're now looking to just kind of grow the player base. So being on as many networks as possible kind of makes sense, because there's a lot of people who are very loyal to their kind of blockchain network.
Yeah.
And we've also put in a lot of features recently which allow you to play the game if you perhaps don't know blockchain as well, because I mean, you know, as much as I like Web3 gaming, let's be honest, Web2 gaming is much, much bigger right now. So if you want a big audience, you've got to be able to cater to Web2 gamers.
100%. So yeah, this game is playable with and without the whole blockchain. Like, people can just play without, you know, putting anything into it, or...
Yeah, the game is completely free to play. Somebody could sign up today. We've even got it set up so that you don't have to even register to the game. You can click on a button called Just Play, and you will literally be thrown into a temporary account.
Okay.
And you can start playing immediately.
Perfect.
There is no.
I will.
Mhm.
I just gonna because we will talk about it later more. I don't want to go
Oh,
too
okay,
deep
yeah.
into it because later on we're gonna play it, so then you can also talk us through it. I do want to know what's your favorite game. And not saying your own game, obviously.
um, you picked the wrong person to ask that question. I've got 4 children, so my gaming days are now
Then something that you
far,
liked before the
far behind me.
kids were there.
No,
Yeah.
it's I play a lot of games with my kids, to be honest with you. So
Yeah.
there's things like Mario Maker. They freaking love that. So I
Yeah.
kind of get involved a lot in that. All of the kind of Nintendo stuff, they adore all of that, and
Okay.
kind of the Pokemon and things. Back in the day, I did a bit of everything. I played World of Warcraft and that kind of game. I was into all of that.
Nice.
As I touched on earlier, I quite like Diablo, that type of game, Age of
Ooh.
Empires. There's a lot of stuff I enjoyed. I love gaming. Like it's yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. And now when the children are there, there's different games that you're playing.
Exactly. Things change.
Yeah. Oh god. Perfect. Well, so let's talk about subject 1 because we're going to talk about digital trading card games and card battlers. So we're going to talk about the genre of video games with mechanics based on collectible card games. The genre includes games which directly simulate collectible card games and games making use of deck building or card battling as a significant portion of their game mechanics and gameplay. Let's look at a video before I do so. Always have to see. There we go. We're going to look at a video. So, yeah, we could have seen a couple of card games. Most people know a couple of them. Hearthstone, obviously. I've played that myself. What do you think about it? Because I really enjoyed when Hearthstone came out. It was really fun to play a card game, but just on my iPad, because I was playing it a lot on my iPad.
Definitely. So what do I think about Hearthstone directly?
Yeah, or card games overall that you can play indeed on your iPad or anything.
Hearthstone, I've played for a bit. I enjoyed it a bit. I think I got a bit frustrated by some of the kind of, everyone can just buy as many packs as they want, and if you don't want to spend lots of money on a game, then it gets a little bit frustrating.
Yeah.
Perhaps. So I did enjoy it for a bit. I don't particularly play it at the moment, so I'm not up to date with any of the latest mechanics on that one.
Mm-hmm.
But certainly, I fully agree, Zach, as you said, that all games now really need to be able to be played on a mobile device. Like it's just what people expect nowadays, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Like we've got busier and busier lives at the moment, and more of our lives are spent on mobile devices.
Yeah.
And I think people just expect it now to be able to put it on the phone and be able to play it like, they're waiting for a bus.
Yeah, well, 100%. And so for a newbie, how do you define digital trading card games and card battlers?
I think kind of these are a lot of terms which are kind of bundled together a lot of the time. I suppose a digital trading card game, I would kind of anticipate as, if you were separating those two phrases as kind of something like, as you've just shown a second ago, kind of your trading card games like Pokemon, where it's a real game which has been made into a virtual version of that, and you're kind of playing on a tabletop that looks like you're playing it for real and that type of thing.
Yeah.
And then if you were playing a battler, I would then feel more I would feel more that when I placed a card, I would expect it to do something like turn into a troop and then start marching across the battlefield, attacking my foes and that type of thing. So I would expect there to be I wouldn't expect it to look like a tabletop. I'd expect kind of, as we got in Kingdom Carnage, it's a battlefield, but when you place troops on your card on the battlefield and they turn into a troop and march over that battlefield.
Yeah, exactly. They do something.
Yeah.
So can you explain a little bit about mechanics and gameplay that is used to create these type of games? For example, deck building, advantage of digital card games versus traditional card games.
Yeah, I mean, we've got to keep it interesting because obviously, when you're playing a card game, it's not like an adventure game where you've kind of gone on, you've just explored an area and then onto the next area, and there's a whole new world of content.
Mm-hmm.
You're playing the same battle again the next time, hopefully with a different player and things like that to keep it interesting.
Yeah.
But to give the player that rewarding experience and make them want to keep coming back, there's got to be a reward mechanism.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of most battles in most of these games, there will be a reward, and often, as you've just touched on there, these are deck building games. So the obvious thing to reward the player with is either cards to level up, improve their current cards, or give them new cards so they've got more cards to select when they are deck building. Then the best games, in my opinion, are ones where you don't just put all your best cards into a deck. There's always room for that because obviously you get a standard PvP mode, but then is what I like to see are the games where, for example, there are multiple races and then they'll put you in like a daily challenge that you can only use like the human race in, for example.
Oh, yeah.
So then you've got to think, now I've got to go and build a deck specifically for this challenge. And they kind of make the deck building kind of part of it, like rather than just putting your best cards in a deck and then just always using that deck.
True. Well, yeah, because I have not played so many of them, but Hearthstone I did. I'm not really good at the whole building my deck, so I just always... I don't know. I just randomly picked cards just for fun. But that's why I never really won things because that was not the way how you should do it. At the beginning it's fine, but the longer you're playing and the higher everyone gets, it's going to be quite hot. And 100%, I'm looking at the chat. Micro Kong is saying online guides to the rescue. Believe me, I do use them a lot. Also now for Diablo, I use a lot of the guides because I just don't have the time and really wanting to go fully in, how to build, what thing to pick, and yeah. Yeah.
But at the same time, those are the juiciest games where you don't want there to be just like one meta deck that everyone's using because that's boring.
No.
You want there to be tons and tons of choice.
But that's the thing. There are so many.
Play is a different deck.
Yeah, but there are so many different things that you can go for that. You can also try you always have to see if it works for you and if you like it, because maybe something that you absolutely don't like and then you should not take it. So always try to try it out, I think. What a confession. So what new trends are there to be aware within the genre of trading card games?
We've kind of already touched on one, in my opinion, is that kind of heading towards mobile and always been sought by mobile. But because of that mobile support, I think games are either looking to make their current game kind of quicker and so that you can do it kind of at a bus stop and there's no lengthy games, or they're introducing like speed modes and things like that so that, when you're at home, you can play the longer game. And then when you're, waiting for the bus, you can play the speed mode.
Nice.
And there's kind of time for everything. The other thing that I like to think is happening is that more and more games are turning towards blockchain technology to, produce their cards as NFTs and kind of adding features which NFTs allow, like rentals, for example, being able to rent your cards to other players. I think that's a wonderful thing that I hope to see more of and more games supporting in the future.
Okay. Wow, renting your cards.
Yeah, we're already doing it at Kingdom Karnage.
Really?
We're using double protocol, so the website is double.1, and players now can go and list their cards on that website, and then if somebody accepts it, it's all done securely by smart contracts, and no one can rip you off or anything like that. And yeah, you can already go and rent the Kingdom Karnage cards today.
That is cool.
Cool.
Cloverdale's asking, why would you rent it?
Why would you rent it? Okay, so in Kingdom Karnage, most of our NFTs, if you get them from characters from the game, we keep it virtual for like the first 9 levels.
Yeah.
So they're only NFTs at level 10. So if you are renting one of the standard characters, you're renting one of the best characters in the game. So that's a kind of a good reason to rent it at the start, because not everyone is going to have played for a long time and leveled up those characters.
Yeah.
And also from time to time, we do like fixed supply characters which can be purchased. Like a good example of those is our dynamic characters. Every time we do a new race in Kingdom Carnage, we add what's called a dynamic character. At the start, that is like the worst character. It's like the bottom of common. It's terrible. It's not interesting at all.
Yeah.
But as the player base grows, so do the stats of the character.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually, the character will be one of the best characters in the game. It'll be a level 10 legendary, and all you have to do is hold the character while the player base grows. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But to make sure doesn't turn into like a pay to win game. Sorry. Basically, is what we've set it is so that when it reaches level 10 legendary, there'll only be enough for 1 in 100 players to be able to own that card.
Yeah.
So basically, they're really diluted within the community. They're not, it's not like everyone you encounter will have.
No, they're quite rare.
They've become very rare. Yeah. Very scarce. Yeah.
Okay. I'm letting this sink in. So everyone, let it sink in. The whole renting thing. That's funny. Yeah, I kind of get the whole part of like when it's rare, people would like to use it maybe once but then they just pay in game or maybe real money or like crypto.
At the moment, yeah, it's all done with crypto. I believe it's BNB or BUSD are the current currencies which are supported on double protocol. And kind of going back to what your viewer there said about why would you rent it? I mean, if you've just been introduced to a game because there's a massive tournament, which there will be massive tournaments very soon with Kingdom Carnage, and you want to compete for those big prizes, then perhaps there's an incentive there to rent the asset to compete in a certain tournament or something along those lines.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. It's Theo from the chat said for winning a tournament, and before you even said it. So, yeah, you just thought about that, Belle. And do you have any tips if you want to start out on playing a digital card game?
For sure. I mean, first of all, if you play any in real life, that's obviously a good place to start because you know the game, you know the rules, you know what to expect. You know that's a great place. So if you already play any, that's a good one. But if you are starting up in a digital card game, I highly advise that you start on one of the free ones because there's just so much variety now, and there's plenty of great games that are free to start. Kingdom Karnage is one of them, of course.
Yeah.
But there is just no need. There are some games now where you've got to go and buy NFTs to play, or you've got to literally pay to download the software. And in my opinion, if you were starting up, don't start there. It's not necessary. Go and check that you enjoy trading card games, digital card games first. Yeah. And get started with the free ones and build from there. Like maybe it'll be worth investing in the other ones later on if you become an absolute addict or anything like that. You just need more games to play.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's a good thing to try it out first. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And according to you, which is the best of your favorite digital card games, like apart from Kingdom of Carnage, of course?
I love, at the moment, probably my current one is Marvel Snap. And the main reason I really get on with that is that they're doing a lot of what I've already described. Like they are kind of creating games that you can play at the bus stop. That is, they are dominating that market right now.
Okay.
And of course, who wouldn't want to play a game that's got Spider-Man in it? Like everyone loves Spider-Man, don't they? Let's be honest.
Yeah. What's the whole thing about it? Because I don't know it. Like, what's the?
It's quick and easy. Each round is like 6 rounds.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a few cards that can make it 7 rounds and things like that, but generally it's a 6-round game. So each player gets a certain amount of time to play each round, and it's just very quick and easy. You just drop your cards on the locations. There's 3 locations, and to win the battle, you have to have the most attack points at 2. You have to win more than your opponent. So at least 2 of the locations. But it's just very quick and easy. You get that dopamine rush that I was talking about when you come out, and there's always a reward. They've done a very clever thing and made the rewards so that it's just like leveling up a skin. So they've done so many skins already for these characters. So you can level up your skins, and it makes them like have a shiny effect around the border or shiny title, that type of thing. But you feel like you're progressing, but you're not then getting too much over like the new player started, because obviously if your opponent's got a shiny card, that doesn't really matter, does it? You can still go 1-on-1 against them.
Yeah,
like,
it's just cool. It looks fun.
Shiny and yours isn't. It's just cool. It looks fun, and it makes you feel good, and that's all it needs to do. That's what computer games need to do. They need to make you feel good.
That's smart, and I think that's what I think. If people make a game, they are looking what they like in another game and see if they can use it in their game, right? because
Absolutely.
it's not really stealing. It's just like getting ideas from other good going games in that way.
Yeah,
So smart.
absolutely. And also, like I say, if I as a player feel a way about something they've done, then that's a feeling I want to put in my players. So,
Yeah.
yeah. And at the end of the day, yeah, it's skins are definitely something that you'll see coming to Kingdom Carnage properly soon.
Yeah, I think overall, like a lot of game skins and such are just something you like. Like it's really fun. And even if even if you don't get better, if it looks cool, why not?
I mean,
So
stepping outside of trading card games a little bit, Fortnite really displayed that, didn't they? I mean, Fortnite skins have gone bananas.
I mean, the amount of money that people put in. Like I am definitely one of them. Not if Fortnite a little bit, but mainly Apex Legends. I did bought sometimes like a cool skin that I was like, woo, so cool. It's not making you any better, but it looks cool. So yeah,
Again,
it's smart.
makes you feel good. There you go. They're doing the right things, aren't they?
Yeah, 100%. They're ruining my wallet. Community questions. If there's anyone in the chat who wants to know anything about maybe Sam, about his age, about his work that he's doing, anything, let us know. And of course, about the whole digital trading card game. So just ask if you want, and I will check it in the stream in the meanwhile. So sorry for everyone who's listening now, because you can't ask it, but it's really for the people who are watching at the moment. In the meanwhile, I will go to the next part. It's about blockchain in digital trading card games. So Kingdom Karnage is digital trading card game built on a blockchain technology. What are the pros and cons of using blockchain technology in digital trading card games?
Okay, I'll get the cons out of the way first.
Okay.
The immediate and the immediate con is gas. At the moment, most blockchains require gas in order to power any kind of blockchain transaction. Like if I pass like a token from my wallet to your wallet, that would cost me some gas, which is basically I have to pay some cryptocurrency in order to make that transaction go securely.
Okay.
Which is obviously negative because I don't want to. A player doesn't want to pay to be able to move it, but that is required for the safety of kind of the blockchain at the moment. There are networks out there which are trying to either reduce gas so small it's negligible or remove it entirely. So I think that's something that will get improved in the future.
Yeah.
And the other con I would say is that not all players are open to blockchain technology yet. So I think sometimes if you go too heavy on the blockchain features, then I think it can restrict the growth of the game. Because some players will just go, oh, I need a blockchain wallet. I don't know what that is, or I'm not interested, or like, never mind, and they move on. So that's the other danger, which is why we have gone what we're calling Web 2.5, where we're kind of positioning ourselves between the traditional gaming, Web 2, and blockchain gaming, Web 3, and we're kind of doing in between and allowing players to play virtually and then later access things which are web blockchain features, like I was saying, I think I said earlier, like rentals and things like that. And the pros are that you've got your assets, so your assets are in your wallet. They're not in the game. If the game gets turned off, you've still got your assets. I mean, a lot of that is kind of like, well, what's the point of my assets if the game is off? But we're heading towards a future where games are going to properly put in interoperability into their features. So we're kind of like, you see partnerships between two games, and for example, a Kingdom Karnage NFT can be used in Game 1, and Game 1's NFT can be used in Kingdom Karnage. So then you've kind of got this thing where just more and more value is getting added to everyone's NFTs because they can be used in more and more places. And for the games, they're also getting like almost like a free advert, because it's kind of an agreement between everyone that they're all saying they're all going to push this message because they want everyone to be able to use them in their games as well. Also, blockchain technology. Those are the main pros, but I mean, we're heading into a future where more and more things are getting added all the time. Already mentioned rentals and things like that, but we're getting to the point where now people are just adding features for NFTs. Like, we're going to go a couple of years in the future and there'll just be a ton more stuff that's out there available, and the benefits are just going to go up and up and up as we go on. And like I say, the cons are going to go down because people are working to reduce gas. People what I mentioned about people not being open to Web3 and blockchain, I think you'll see that starts, the number of Web3 gamers, is growing all the time.
Yeah.
And we are seeing like a wave of people who are also trying to make things like cryptocurrency wallets more accessible. So whereas at the moment, when you go and sign up to like a MetaMask wallet, for example, it's what a lot of people consider kind of a techie process, and kind of like, people could be put off it.
Yeah.
Now there are a lot of people making wallets where you can like log in with your Google account. So you haven't even got to sign up. You kind of just log in with a social login, which makes things a lot more accessible to anyone who's kind of like a bit wary. Sorry?
It will be still secure, so.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of one of those things of it'll be as secure as your email account. So I highly advise everyone out there who uses kind of the social logins to do kind of 2FA and things like that to make sure that they do have protection on their email account. And
Yeah, and don't use the same password anywhere, just one for each.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, get a password manager. Yeah.
LastPass or anything, maybe.
Absolutely.
But I think, well, there's a con in a way that it's for 18 plus. Because
100%, we are in a weird place where probably a lot of the people who want to use it are under 18.
Yeah.
But yes, use like a blockchain exchange or anything like that.
Talk about money and
you need to be 18 plus.
Exactly.
And that is another con of blockchain technology, I guess, really. That a lot of the audience that want to use it can't use it, or need a parent to use it. And trying to get a parent on board with this type of thing right now is quite tricky.
We're not in the right let's say we're like the age later on, and our children would, maybe it's different because we're more used to it, we are grown into it, but of course our parents or the parents, they're on this moment of like, well, it's not really known yet, so I don't know what to do with it.
I had a really interesting thing with my wife the other day, because my children are starting to become NFT gamers. They're into blockchain, and one of the kids said, "Oh, my birthday's coming up. I would like that $60 NFT. Is that okay?"
Wow.
To which I went, fine. And my wife went, "Well, what are you doing?" I'm like, they want the NFT. What's the problem? Why are we not giving them what they want? Yeah. And she was like, "Well, blockchain is risky." But if that child had $60 of gift cards, like for Roblox or Minecraft add-ons and things, she wouldn't have blinked once.
No, and it's gone. It's gone.
That's gone. Exactly. That is gone. Whereas the NFT, like, even if she thinks it's the riskiest thing in the world, it might not be gone.
I mean, it can happen that it will be gone, but it doesn't matter, because if he uses for that, like, yes, he got something in the game, but still it's gone. Their money is gone. Exactly. And Roblox, NFT does have like maybe something that comes out of it.
Exactly. Even if my wife thinks it's the riskiest thing in the world, how she can't see that there's more to it than Roblox credit, I don't understand. But that is the mentality we're up against. I think she's not the only one.
Is she a gamer?
She's not really a gamer.
Okay,
no, she's not.
So there we go.
But I do think that's kind of, like I say, when we've got, a 15-year-old gamer who's trying to convince somebody, one of their parents, to sign up to a cryptocurrency exchange for them, I think that's the mentality we're against.
Yeah. It's going so quick that not everyone can hold it. The train is going so quick. You have to look that the game is interesting for 18 plus, pretty much, because those are the people who have the money, or may use the money. Let's say like that. They don't always have the money, but they are the ones that are made to it. They may do it.
It's definitely easier to market games like that. I say, with Kingdom Karnage, we're making it so you can play the majority of it virtually anyway. So we are expecting to have players who are less than 18 and literally just play it as a virtual game.
Yep.
So we're just trying to make it as accessible as possible, really.
Yeah.
We just don't want anyone going away for any reason. Like, having someone get to the point where they download the game and then go, and move on, that's a disaster for us. So.
Yeah. No, that's true. I'm checking quickly in the chat. Cloverdale was asking, what is the biggest challenge in building a trading card game?
The biggest challenge in building a trading card game? I guess the biggest challenge really is, like I say, I know the game's cool. It's making sure everyone is aware of how cool your game is and getting them to get download and try it. So it is like we were just saying a second ago, it's taking down those hurdles that might stop someone trying your game.
Yeah.
Also, at the moment, with a blockchain trading card game in particular, we just take it a step further there, the problem is a little bit is that all of the Web3 people, all the people come from cryptocurrency, they want to play to earn.
Yeah.
Okay, so they want to literally sign up, earn money, and everyone has sometimes unreal expectations about how much that should be, and they can't kind of understand that there needs to be a sustainable economy, and you're not going to be able to basically play our game and just like replace your wages. Like, that's not realistic.
No.
So it's kind of managing people's expectations a little bit, but at the same time, we want to demonstrate that you can. What we're calling it is play and earn, or it's definitely different in technology. It's not play to earn, it's play and earn. So where we're coming from here is, like, we've had some terrible experiences in the past where we played like World of Warcraft and things, and you kind of get to the end of your journey because somebody, World of Warcraft doesn't last forever. At some point, something comes up in your life. Like, I think for me, it was when I had my children. You don't have enough time to play World of Warcraft anymore. But at that point, your account is worth nothing. Yep. Unless you're happy to sell it on the black market.
And you played hours and hours and years. Yeah.
And all of the subscription fees as well. It's all the money as well. It's money and
gone.
Time.
At least you had fun. But...
That's what I consider play and earn, is kind of you get to the end of really enjoying a game and you go, oh heck, my account is worth a lot and I can trade it securely. That's a real joy. Like, that's just already there, vastly improved gaming, and that's what we need people to kind of demand from the big players in the industry.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope that answered your question, Cloverdale. I'll also want to know, in your opinion, how does the future of digital trading card games look like in 10 years from now on?
I think you will find that everyone is on a blockchain game. I think the technology will be so kind of meshed with the software that most people won't even know that they've signed up and playing on a blockchain game. But it will all be blockchain. I think the power will be in the players' hands. I think everyone will be trading everything. And I think that interoperability I was talking about will be there. You'll get things like when the big players like Microsoft are on board, or Sony, you'll get like PlayStation NFTs, and all of the NFTs that are on PlayStation will just support the main kind of network NFTs. And I think that'll be really fun. And I think there'll be a lot of, we'll get back into the Sony v Microsoft and all of that debate, and kind of it'll be really important what networks games are on and things like that, because they will want those kind of overarching, like I say, network NFTs.
Yeah.
And with Kingdom Karnage, like I say, we're pushing for our game to be multi-chain everywhere. So we're positioning ourselves that when all the blockchains decide to produce like network NFTs, which they kind of let all of the games adopt, that we're on maybe 10, 12 blockchains by then. So that, we're in a great position to kind of just take advantage and just make sure everyone hears about our game, really.
Yeah, so it's the beginning of a long road that will be there.
I think, exactly that. It's all coming. I'd be shocked if that isn't the future. I'd be shocked if there's not these big network NFTs, which everyone kind of adopts and you can use in 20, 30, 40 games. Like, I think that's definitely coming.
I mean, can you remember the first times they were talking about cryptocurrency or Bitcoin? That I remember that my mom was seeing it on television and she said, oh, like, I would like to invest some. And my dad was like, oh, don't do that. Like, it's not going to be worth anything. It's literally throwing away your money. But that was the time that literally, if you just only put 100 euros in, you would have been super rich right now. So maybe not at the moment, but like, when it was quite like an all-time high kind of thing. And my mom is still like saying to my dad, like, oh, we could have done that. But that was like the start when a lot of people were like saying it's weird, there's nothing. Of course, a lot of people say that every time when everything goes down, people be like, oh yeah, see, it's not going to work. And I think it's the same with the whole blockchain gaming. It's like people will be like, oh no, that's just not going to do anything. But before we know it, it's on a point and a lot of people be like, ooh, I wish I was on that train before. they're like too late. Well, they're not too late, but they're definitely not on time. So yeah.
I first looked at blockchain at Bitcoin, sorry, when the guy bought the pizza. Like that was
Wow.
I read that article and I went, I'm interested in this. This is interesting to me, and I could see it had future potential. However, I tried to sign up to a Bitcoin wallet, and it was so painful. I just went, no one's going to do this. There is no way anyone is going to do this. So I just didn't bother.
It was too hard to sign up. Yeah.
Well, I just thought, if I can't be bothered,
who is?
And I'm really interested. I'm really into tech. I'm really interested. I'm really going to push it.
Yeah.
How can enough people possibly be bothered to sign up and get through this painful process that Bitcoin is ever going to do anything interesting? And if I got into it properly, then I'd be a multi-millionaire by now.
If we could just go back in time, but then I think a lot of people do the same, and it's not worth anything. So yeah, it's hard. It's hard, man. So I think it's the perfect time to talk about Kingdom Karnage. So what's the story behind Kingdom Karnage?
Yeah, I mean, Kingdom Karnage was definitely born out of, like I kind of touched on again earlier, our frustrations with other games like World of Warcraft. We just want to put it back in the power back in the players' hands. We want to make something where players can add value to their accounts, where when somebody does go into a dungeon and they win like an epic item or a legendary item, that's amazing.
Yeah.
We've put the loots are like. The loots are set in Kingdom Karnage, so that basically legendary means legendary, epic means epic. Like it's not like you log on today and play and you'd expect to get an epic item. You'd log on and play frequently for a month, 6 weeks, and you might get an epic item. Okay, so the loots are set so that they do have value when you get them. And also Kingdom Karnage, we don't sell epic or legendary items. Okay. We only sell common, uncommon, and rare. So for that reason, we want to protect the value, like I say, give the power back to the players, and make it so that when you do get an epic item or you do get a legendary item, it's something to celebrate. We want the community to rejoice and be patting you on the back. We want it to be an exciting event.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. And can you tell us a bit about the events you're hosting with Kingdom Karnage?
Yeah, we're very event heavy. We actually put on an event every single weekend, without fail, through Christmas and everything.
Okay.
It's all sort of set up automated now, so there's no man sat there for Christmas.
Oh, okay. Everyone can just, do their thing. Yeah.
But we have like a 4-week cycle.
Yeah.
So that everyone's favorite weekend event is never too far away.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, we always do all of the seasonal things. So with Christmas, we are big on. We've done the last 3 years, I think now, we've done Christmas. Easter is all set up to go next year, and I'm currently pestering for resource to do the Halloween.
Oh, nice.
Desperate to do Halloween.
Yeah.
But on top of that, we always just do improv things. Like at the moment, we're having a referral event. So if anyone is thinking about signing up to Kingdom Karnage, chop, and go and refer your friends, because you've got, I think, 2 days left. It's till the end of the month.
Okay.
So yeah, we're always doing things like referral events and things just to kind of get exposure to the game, kind of get people interested, and of course give our players prizes, because you know, at the end of the day, we're nothing without our community. So it's nice to reward them from time to time, and give them something back.
That's good. I like that. And what part of Kingdom Karnage is the most exciting for you, or what do you think it is?
It's kind of hard for me to answer at this kind of stage, because at the moment my brain is mixing with the stuff we're about to do and the stuff we're going to do.
Oh yeah.
I think that's, to be honest with you, that is probably the thing that is the most exciting thing about Kingdom Karnage right now, is that we're at the start.
Yeah.
Like there is so much coming. Like I'd be shocked if I told you it, so I can't. But there is so much still to come. We're going to be lacing on game modes.
Yeah.
We've recently just added adventure mode, which has gone down very well. People love that.
Mm-hmm.
Where you can kind of you get a map to explore. Basically, there's 100 squares, and you can explore it. And every square you go into, you might get a battle, you might get some treasure, you might get like a healing spot where you can heal one of your troops.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea is that you choose 10 troops at the beginning, so you don't have to have any cards when you start. You choose those 10 cards, but if one of those dies in battle, they're dead for that adventure. So you've got to manage your troops and make sure that they don't die, and then if any do die, find a healer spot. And at the moment it's a fairly new mode. We're waiting to see who kind of cracks. I haven't seen anyone yet who's been in all 100 squares in the same adventure.
Okay.
So yeah.
Ooh, okay. A lot of things that are exciting. People just have to figure it out themselves.
Yeah. There's. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. There's always going to be an exploratory mode in like an adventure.
Yeah.
And also we're going to be changing the map as well. So it won't be one of those things where somebody's done the 100 modes and kind of, oh, that's it. I've explored the 100 squares. In another week or so, we'll put a different map out, and then they've got that whole level of adventure all over again.
Okay.
But in the future, we've got so many PvP modes coming. We've got 3-player dungeons. That is one of the best experiences in Kingdom Karnage, and that's probably the thing that really does excite me the most about kind of any kind of adventure mode or experience, because I've played it in a test version and things like that, and playing that with my children was exceptional. Like, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
Being able to go on with like my 6-year-old, for example, who's really into things, but for him to be able to go into a dungeon with me, for him to be able to feel like he's contributing, and me to be able to play a game which is still enjoyable for me, because like I say, a lot of games I play with my children are not necessarily what I would choose to play, but for me to be able to play a game I do enjoy playing, and him to feel like he's contributing is that's a real.
Yeah.
I don't really see that in any other game.
That is good.
I haven't. Like, if anyone's got any recommendations, please shout me, because like I say, I need loads of new content to play with my children.
Well, they're getting older, so then the content gets older too. I do gonna click on the game right now, because obviously I want to try it before the end of this. So I'm gonna first log in so no one is looking. Yes. Alright, now I can switch to it. Game capture. Oh. It should be capturing. There it is. Haha. Alright.
Okay, so you've got to get past the first 5 levels of the tutorial.
I'll quickly put the music a bit lower, because otherwise we can't hear you anymore.
Oh dear.
We don't want that. Safe. All right, so I go through the tutorial. You said.
Yes, five levels of tutorial will unlock the rest of the game mode.
Okay.
So yeah, you can start in the tutorial.
Summoning characters. Learn to summon characters to the battlefield. All right, that's smart, because I never played it. This is your hero. If your hero hits points, HP reach 0, you lose. Tap anywhere to continue. Okay. This is your opponent. Okay. You have to get him to 0 as well. This is your deck. Battle cards are drawn from here and added to your hand. Tap anywhere to continue. Okay, so we draw this one to the battlefield. Okay, all right, there. And then my turn is done. So now he is in the field.
Yep. And then if you just click end turn, and you should be away.
Oh, end turn.
Yep. So each turn, every turn, the player will move the maximum number of spaces he can. So most models will move 2 spaces, but if some characters have got an ability like speed 3 or speed 4, where they can move further spaces.
Okay, so range, how far your characters can attack. Some characters can attack further than others. All right. So then I have to click this. On the battle card selected, ability tooltip show at the top left to remind you what the battle card can do. Here you can see the Hunter's range 3 ability. Tap anywhere to continue. Alright, the standard range for all characters is 2. The Hunter is the 3. Means it can attack from further away than other characters. Okay? Green square show where your character will be placed. Yellow where the character will move to. And red where your character will attack. Okay, so this is like the green. So then you see 2 yellows. That means where it will move to. And the red is where it will attack. Okay.
Yeah.
And then ending turn.
Yeah, so just let go. Yeah, got it, cool.
Alright. And now, do I just have to end turn? Or, like, normally you can also get the captain in? The human captain.
I'm not sure why the captain's there, to be honest.
I will end turn.
Yeah, just end turn.
So he's got mission complete.
There you go. I've got a note to take away. We've recently made a couple of changes to the tutorials. Clearly that wasn't picked up, so thank you for that.
You're welcome. And now we go to the healing. Characters with triage ability can heal. Okay. So now they're having a little fight. You already have a captain fighting. Enemy captain. Without help, he will die. Characters with triage 1 heal the most damage ally for 1 HP. Place your sage onto the battlefield so they heal your captain. So this is my priest, I would say call him. And these are the green parts. I can only... I can place him here or there. But here is like not as far that he will move to. So then I guess...
Basically, you have 3 squares next to your hero that you can place them. In this one, I think you can only use 2 of those.
Yeah.
So you've got the choice out of there or the one to the left.
Yeah, well,
So, yeah, but it's just showing you there that where it's yellow, that's where he'll walk to, and then the red one is what he'll hit if he can reach anyone.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't look at the.
Yeah, he can't reach. Yeah, he can't reach anyone this round. So next go he would.
Oh yeah.
But at the end of when he gets his turn, he's healing.
Yeah, now he's like
there would have
close
been a little
enough.
green number popping up. There he goes. Healed him.
All right. Then we got an armor. Armor reduce physical damage with take by the amount of armor. Okay, most characters deal that damage. Some characters have armor, which reduce the amount of the physical damage they receive. Place your warrior onto the battlefield and see how the enemy captain has his damage reduced. So here again, only this one, because then you'd hit the red. End turn.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, 1 of 1, and he has still 2 of 1. So I click end, and there he goes.
But you see there, where he had 2 attack, when he attacked you, you only lost 1 health.
Yeah.
Because you had armor.
Okay. Mission complete. Oh, someone said, I wonder if this is using Game Maker or another source engine.
It's made in Unity. We've used some Unity add-ons, but nothing like it's crafted.
You're in a classic defensive standoff. Your warrior versus fierce enemy warrior. Both have their armor ability reducing damage at tick radius still made where neither warrior can win. Click anywhere to continue. Each character is either melee, range, magic, or structure. Melee and range both deal physical damage. Magic characters deal magic damage, which cannot be reduced by armor. Tap anywhere to continue. Place your mage. Okay, so I want to, of course, kill him. And now, of course, I can place here. The red is showing that I will be able to attack the guy.
Yeah, and because that's magic, that will go through the armor. It won't be blocked by armor.
Oh, nice. Okay. I'm not even knowing what the time is. Okay.
Right, so you've done the 5. If you click the red X in the bottom right.
I can do campaign or dungeons or...
Yeah, I mean, you could...
We don't have that much time, so what do we want to do?
Probably, 7 minutes?
Yeah, and I need to end.
Too long?
5.
Well, we can always start. We can always start it and stop it, can't we? We can play it through. But if you click in the middle button there, it says get 21 KKT for playing this event dungeon. If you click that loads our catacombs event.
Okay, star bounty.
So your players, your streamers, your audience understand. This is a game. This is a dungeon where somebody else owns the key that you've used to access this dungeon, and they are paying you to go and run the dungeon for them. Okay. So when you complete this dungeon, you will get the 21 KKT, which is our in-game currency, Kingdom Karnage token.
Yeah.
Okay. And another player is going to get the loot that you earn. Okay.
Oh, and I now have to put something in. Yeah.
So you've got players on the bottom there. So you can use anything that has got in the top left. You see a number. I can see the grey card. You've got a 0 next to it. When they get to 0, that's your cooldown.
I have to click it quick.
So yeah, use the left one, right on the left.
I done, but it's gone. Huh? Where is? Where is my good dude?
Uh-oh.
Where did my guy go? All right, now he's back. Okay, let's try it again. I can click, yeah. Oh, now he is there. Oh, and you don't know what.
Yeah, I think it was just because you tried to place it right at the end of the day. Okay, so it's working. If we place it a bit earlier. So all of these guys have got loads of different abilities. We won't go into all of them today, but it's just so everyone can see that there's a varied character base. If you drag a few characters out and you kind of see how the battle looks when there's, like I say, you can only use the ones where there's a 0 in the top left because that's the cooldown.
Oh yeah, so this one I could use.
So that's one, yep.
I'm literally no idea what I'm doing. That's okay. They look really scary, the other people.
If you don't like drag and drop, you can also click on the card and then click on the square to place it. We've kind of added it both ways because we found some of the audience like it one way and some like it the other way.
Okay. Oh, I will hardcore die now. Oh, cards can be played with counters on 0. I can't do...
Yeah, so because as you see, it's got a 1 in the top left, so you can only play the ones with 0 in the very top left of the card. Can you see it?
Oh, yeah? So only 0.
Only 0. So basically, the 3 on the left side, you can play those at the moment.
Oh.
So every turn, that number will go down by 1. So the turn after this, you'll be able to play all the cards with 1 on the top left.
Okay, so now... Oh, no, but this... Oh.
Sorry, throwing you into a stressful situation. So it's the 2 on the left you can play at the moment.
I'm
0,
literally
so.
thinking, oh, this is how bad I am with these kind of things. Oh my god.
Like I say, it'll take like 7 to 10 minutes to finish, so don't feel you have to go through the whole thing. I just wanted to show everyone kind of what it looks like when there's 3 lanes and lots of characters in the battlefield.
There's a lot
how varied
happening.
the characters are. And also just plug, like I say, about how the bounties work, because yeah, people can just log into our game. I mean, you saw how quickly you got through those tutorial levels, and then you can sign up to a play and earn experience straight away. Like you can literally just use some of your time to earn some of our KKT. It's not like a lot of other experiences where you've got to like sign up for the premium currency. You can get your hands on it just by using time. So
I love how the characters looking though, they're cute.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite ones that you just placed, the female mage.
I just have to the whole time put something in?
I mean, it's once you understand the game and you get to the point where you will play when you feel like you need to play a card.
Okay.
So at the moment, you're kind of, obviously, you don't know all the abilities and things.
Yeah, I'm not really knowing what's happening.
Yeah. So
oh, I killed someone.
I advise anyone that signs up to do more of the tutorial. They understand all the abilities.
Ooh.
And yeah, you'll find that
like...
it gets easy quickly.
Yeah, you have to get to know it. Oh my god, they're rushing through in. Oh my! Why are they all so scary of his side? My guy's so cute, and they have all these. Wow, what is this? Their levels are so high or something.
All of yours are human characters, and all theirs are undead. So yes, they have got the scarier side for sure.
So cool. Okay, I do have to end my turn. Or end it all. How do you go out?
I'll go out. If you go on the settings, so it's that cog to the left, down near end turn,
quit.
Up 1. That's it. Got it.
Defeat. I got defeated. Okay, well, there's something I really have to look into, yeah? But it looks cool. I think it looks really cool. So I'm
like I say, it's only going to get cooler. Like we've only got more and more stuff we're going to add. Like it's just going to get better and better and better.
And then the question is, when can people start playing the game? I think already, right?
Already, yeah.
Perfect.
People can get in today. Already, we're supporting Android fully. We've just got our full registration on Android. PC, you can play on Steam, Sedona, or you can do it as a downloadable EXE if you just want to go direct.
Okay.
And Apple, the iOS, we've got on test flight, but we're really pushing our application now. Like we should hopefully be on the Apple Store soon.
Perfect.
So plenty of ways to play, and it's one of those things where you sign up your account in one place and you can play in anywhere you want. So you can go have a situation where you're playing a match on your PC, finish that match, close your account, walk out the door, play on your mobile, like the same account. Like it's all nice and linked up. There's no funny things like Android dedicated servers or anything. If you're an Android user, you can play a PC user in PvP. It's great.
Okay.
I love it, but I am biased.
Well, a little bit though. So I see that there's a giveaway as well. Giveaways win 1 of 5 rare virtual card packs. What you have to do is like the post that is over there in the chat. Follow at PvP Game Hub and also at Kingdom _Karnage on Twitter, and share this post with the hashtag Kingdom Karnage and hashtag PvP Game Hub. If they want to contact Kingdom Karnage or you, how's easiest to do so?
The easiest way to do that is on our website. We've got a links page, so kingdomkarnage.com/links,
Yeah.
LINKS, and that's got all of our social medias on it. Probably the best way to get in contact is our Telegram group or our Discord.
Yeah.
Which are both, the links are both on there, and also all of the download links I mentioned before, they're all on there as well. So you've got everything you need to get going.
Perfect. Then I want to thank you for being here. I appreciate it, and I definitely recommend everyone trying out the game. See if it's something for you, and yeah, definitely try it. And if there's any questions you have just heard where you can ask them or check it out. Really nice to have you in the show. I wish you a great evening. And
thanks so much for having me, and I hope you have a lovely evening as well. And I hope I see some of your audience joining the game shortly.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you so much. I'm doing always my little wave. You don't see it directly because, you know, it's on OBS, but thank you so much. And see you soon.
See you soon.
Bye. And yeah, we're back on my face on a big screen. So the topic for the next show will be announced later this week. And late this week's this episode will be available on YouTube and podcast platforms like Spotify and Amazon and Apple Music. So thank you everyone for watching tonight's show again, and for everyone who's listening. I hope you had a great time listening as well. With that said, time for food. And then later on, more games for me as well, because, you know, the evening is still early. More games to be played. So have a great one, and I see you all soon. Bye-bye.